You look great.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm Tyler. Drank a lot of coffee before class, so I'm a little jittery, and my stomach hurts. But I wish I had more time to talk about something more serious, but it's kind of a limited time frame. But I guess I'll just start with music. That is what I love. That's what I'm about. It's where my passion lies. There's not really much of a music scene in this area, which is something that I'm trying to do something about. But there was this one band that came from Fairfax County called the Dismemberment Plan. They formed in the early 90s. They broke up in 2003. The music that they made wasn't really popular at the time or well known, but it's really influential on all the indie rock of the 2000s. But I didn't hear about this band until like 2007 or 8, so I figured I'd never get the chance to see them live. But just last month they got together for a reunion tour, so I got to see them twice actually. At the Black Hat in DC, and then up at Webster Hall in New York. That was really cool. I got a chance to talk to the bass player for a couple minutes after the show. I don't really know where to go from there, because anything that I would start with is just like too long of a story to tell. But it was actually the first time I've been to New York City just a couple of weeks ago. And it was kind of interesting. Like, as soon as I got there, I felt like I'd been there so many times before, because it's just like that collective energy of a bunch of people in one place. But it's a good time to switch to this. The singer from that band now works for the Huffington Post. That's his day job, and that's where I got this article. So it's called When Things Go Bump in the Mind. Recently I received a letter from a woman, happily married in her 40s, who said that things have been happening to her all her life. What she meant by things is quite fascinating. She'd noticed strange coincidences every day, such as having a word pop into her head, and then the next minute hearing that very word being spoken on the radio. She also had funny sensations she couldn't explain, such as a feeling of floating or a cold, prickling sensation, only to discover that someone close to her had gotten sick or died. Such things are quite common, and people often attach religious significance to them. When pollsters ask people if they have ever had a direct experience of God's presence, more than a third say yes. If you expand this to ask about seeing auras or light around another person, almost the same numbers say yes. Other explanations veer into the paranormal, particularly when someone has a premonition, a telepathic moment, or a glimpse into the future. Yet these things pass and are soon forgotten. They don't come together in a way that changes people's lives, at least not very often. This woman wanted to go a step further. Was there a way to find out what such anomalies mean? Why is everyday life suddenly punctuated by these tiny intrusions? Here was my answer. Each tiny thing doesn't have a larger meaning, yet it points to a deeper layer of reality. It isn't adequate to call this the unconscious, because countless mental events are unconscious, including most of our memories, secrets, hidden drives, and fears we cannot face. The things she was wondering about are different, like the sudden streaks of light that a meteor leaves across the night sky. A meteor trail vanishes, never to be seen again, yet each of us has the power to prevent that from happening when we receive personal